Hello Aquarius, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Vailima Tarot. There's the box, and here is the, how you spell it, Renata Lechner is the author or the creator of this deck. For the supportive cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Okay, I already shuffled. I'm like, what's up with the energy here? Let's find out in a minute. What's up with that? Okay. This is a jumble, and this is moving around. Okay. See, I want to pull things from the bottom of the deck now. I don't know why. That's weird. These are all face down, I'm noticing. So you got peace. Your bottom card is the peace currently, because we pushed a couple down here. They're all face down. You got peace. So I think it's like you will hit a moment of peace with this situation. Currently, I don't feel like that's where you are. But you will hit this moment of peace. I'm noticing all the bottom cards here are face down. This section here, like what's happening, how you're feeling, it's all jumbled. And I feel like it's fading in and out. It's almost like, it's like who's feeling what? Who's doing what? There's a big jumble here. It feels rough until it comes together and seems to kind of settle down. And there's a whole line here of mystery. Things are just going along, and it's just kind of like you're trying to understand it, you're trying to get a hold of it, but it feels like there's a lot of chaos, a lot of jumble going on here, and there's just, like, it's not about understanding what's happening, it's almost like keeping up with what's happening and understanding it at the same time, and it's just, it's not easy. Even for you, it's very complicated. And I'm saying that in a weird way because I'm feeling like you can understand and catch on and hold on to a lot of information and sort out a lot of information, but it's just because it keeps changing and there's factors, unknown factors that you're not able to get close enough to. You don't have enough intel, or like I feel like people are getting manipulated from different angles and they're not even aware of what's happening to them. So you can't really even get information from people because they don't understand what's going on around them. It seems very complex to me. It's a chaos. It's a jumble. Because when you're going into this, you have a few. And I'm going to see these are the rest of these cards are not rough, but these ones feel rough. You got the Nine of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles, which doesn't seem to be making it any easier on you, to be honest with you. The 9 is usually regret, sorrow, stuff like that. The 6 is usually kind of like moving on from a difficult situation. And the 2, the 2 of Pentacles is like trying to figure out what to do with everything, what to do with it. So I feel like you're considering moving on from it. You have regrets because you just feel like you're making missteps, but I don't feel like it's fair to say you're making missteps because the situation is out of control, and I just don't feel like it doesn't feel like there's a right action to make. Even in 2020, looking back as 2020 was what they say. I feel like even looking back, and that's not 2020 in this situation, because there's so many variables and things keep changing. Oh, it feels like there's a lot going on. It's a mess. It's out of control, and there's just no way to keep up with it. I feel like I need to like ground and just kind of like, oh, but they're telling me no, the situation is crazy. Like it's crazy. There's nothing you can do to get a hold of it because it's out of control itself. And the people, the people involved here are getting, I feel like there's manipulations or some type of wild card situation going on here. That the people that are making these changes don't even realize why or what's going on there. Like they're going by the seat of their pants. So you can't really even pull information from them to see what's happening next or to get an idea or a foothold to what to expect, because they don't know. And I'm getting a lot of anxiety with that. I don't know if that's with you or with these other people, though, to be honest with you. It might be a combination of both. Now, I'm getting what's going on here. There's a wild card. Now, I'm thinking this wild card is a person. Because somebody has ideas about what they want to do, and they're pulling together. Somebody's playing a game here. Somebody's playing a game, but they're very elusive. It's almost like you're here, the person you're dealing with is here, and then over here in this little spot you can't see, which I'm moving my hand and purposely you can't literally see it. That's the person. That's the wild card. You don't even know who you're not even aware of this person, that they're even a part of it. They're like way over here. Like you literally can't see my hand, but that's the point. You can't see this person. That's the wild card, and they're manipulating this one that you're dealing with. And you're over here, and you're just like, what are you doing? I don't know. But this person over here does. And they got this going on. They're gaining knowledge. They're creating a situation that they're going to succeed in. Is it really that? That's like really complex. That really feels complex. Because like if this is a business situation, for example, say you're here and you're dealing with something, you're working on a situation, you're depending on this part to do what they are supposed to do. And you have certain expectations of this part. But over here, like, they're setting up little bombs for, like, this person can't fulfill what you're expecting of them. They can't do it, but they don't realize that until it's too late. Because, like, I feel like somebody's kind of purposely setting something up to fail or to like, show that something needs to change, so that way they can come in and be like, oh, I have the answers. It's kind of like a Loki thing here. That's what I feel. And I want to say Norse mythology, Loki is the one who creates the problem, but then swoops in to save the day at the same time. Like, purposely creates the problem that he knows how to solve, so that he can be the hero of his own mess. Because I'm feeling I feel like that's what's going on here. I really feel like that's what's going on here. That seems a bit far-fetched. I'd like that to be a far-fetched thing, but maybe that makes more sense to you. But because this person doesn't realize, and the one you're depending on doesn't seem to realize what's actually happening. Doesn't understand why things seem to keep going wacky. There's somebody outside of the situation that's pulling strings and doing things. That wild card. And I feel like that the person you're depending on is very frustrated and upset that they can't do things the way they expect to get them done. And you're over here trying to understand like what's going on between the two of you. You're thinking it's this person. It's not this person. They have no control over this. It's like somebody is like putting little monkey wrenches and time bombs, and then they're going to swoop in and try to fix it so that they can make changes that they want that'll benefit them. That's very complicated. And I'm getting a lot of stress. Like this person that you're dealing with is under a lot of stress. Now, see, the next card face down, the world is coming in. There's a change coming, a big change coming. And it's good. It's good. It's just the way it's happening, like the person outside here that you can't see feels like the only way this change is going to actually take effect, especially to the level that they believe it needs to, is to play this game. They feel like they have to. They feel like it's going to have a better result in the long run. They feel like it's necessary and it will actually work out. They feel like it's for the best for everybody. It may be a little bit sneaky the way they're doing it, but they feel like it's warranted. They feel like it's warranted. And they're not going to own up to it either. So if you're expecting somebody at some point to come forward and say, oh, this is what I did, ha ha ha, and I feel like you're like, well, yeah, I know. But, yeah, no, you're never going to figure out. Like, they're never going to come forward and tell you. You might figure it out in a roundabout way, but they're not going to come forward and they're going to do their best to make sure nobody figures out what they did. Now, this is the jumble card section. Like, these three cards, they kind of swim around each other, which makes me feel like sometimes you're the one, sometimes somebody else is the one doing these things. These three cards are kind of rolling around, and they're just switching positions a lot. And the three cards you have are the Queen of Swords, the Lover's card, and the Three of Wands. Changes are happening. The world here is already saying a big one's coming. A new phase is coming in, and that's happening. And I feel like you're switching spots with other people. It's sometimes you're moving forward. At other times, you're communicating what needs to be done, what actually is happening here. And other times, you're just liking the change. I'm getting this whole situation, you're actually doing okay. Once it starts changing, once this person, this little low-key person, comes in and starts saving the day, fixing the mess that they created, though I don't think people realize this person created this mess, but that's a whole nother story. I'm getting you're liking the change. The Lover's card is telling me everything is working better. Everything seems to be getting a lot better. Situations are changing. And I'm getting you are communicating. You get to put your 2 cents in when necessary. You're talking it out. You're very active in that. You're also active in the moving forward. You're supporting this situation. It went out of control. It needs to be fixed. You're helping do that. Oddly enough, when it seems to be correcting and this person is stepping in and helping correct it, first of all, people don't realize that that person created the problem, so that's a big piece. But it's making you feel better because you're seeing the resolution. I'm getting you're really enjoying the change. I'm feeling that you're recognizing that the situation does need to change anyway. It very much does need to change. But you're a part of that change. You got to decide and say what you needed to say. You had some decision power. You had some input on this. You had an active part, an active role in changing the situation. So I feel like you're very happy and you're working very well with this situation. It's working a lot better than you expected at this point, because for a while there I think you were afraid it was going to crash and burn. So the fact that it's not only being addressed, it's being corrected, and you're having your say in it, you're putting in your effort, you're having an effect on the situation, you're feeling really good after the fact, after things are coming back together and these cards are swimming around each other. Are we good? Okay. Now, what's happening in the environment? This is interesting. I'm getting victory. I'm getting justice. And I'm getting safe travel. Now, this Loki person. Now, I'm not the best with Norse mythology. Not the best with mythology, period. Let's put it that way. This is Norse mythology? I'm probably saying that wrong. I want to say, though, he usually pays for his ridiculousness. I want to say he usually does. I may be wrong. Maybe completely wrong with that. But I'm feeling like this person, they're not getting out of the situation what they thought they were going to get out of it. And I'm getting like, they're getting their just desserts. Because I feel like somebody... See, you're not going to see it. But somebody knows what happened here. And I feel like this person is kind of like... something's not... I feel like somehow this is not working out the way they thought it would for them. They're not benefiting nearly as much as they thought they would. Let's leave it at that. But I don't feel like it's coming towards you. So this might seem like a little bit of a weird part of this reading, because I don't feel this coming towards you. But I'm getting justice is being served. The situation is getting a lot better. The situation is getting a lot better, but I don't feel like that person is making out as well as they thought they were gonna. And I'm getting safe travel here. I'm getting this person who, this Loki person who kind of caused problems and then swooped in to save the day. I'm getting their involvement is temporary after the changes are made. They're temporarily involved, and then I feel like they're released from it. I almost feel like somebody figured out what they did, and then I don't feel like you're gonna see it though. You're just gonna see them kind of exit out of the picture. Really? Okay. Now all this is happening. The situation's getting better. Everything's working out. This person is exiting. At that time, I feel like the situation and your participation in the situation is the Page of Wands. This is after the plan is put in effect. You know what needs to be done. You're just going through and making sure it gets carried out. And everybody else seems to be on the same page. And I'm getting that's what the Page of Wands is saying here. Like, it's just everything's kind of on autopilot because the plan is in effect. You know what needs to be done. You're just making sure it gets carried out. And the other people you're supporting or working with, they're also doing the same. And I'm getting the Temperance card is how this ends. So it's going to take a while for these new changes, this new era to really settle in and really just kind of, you know what I mean, settle in and just kind of lock in and just be the norm. But it is going to happen. And I feel like that's, at this point, I don't know if you're questioning that, but it's definitely going to take a while before it's really just kind of smooth sailing. It's going to take a while before everything just seems to naturally go, and it's just kind of like business as usual for the new way things are done. They're telling me that's it. That's it. This one started a little interesting, but I feel like it ends well. I do feel like it ends well. I feel like you're going to be happy in the long run. I really do. It's just getting through this beginning part and understanding what's really happening. I almost feel like if this reading is coming to you at the right time, as like I say that a lot, but if it's coming to you at the right time, somebody that you're thinking is letting you down, I think you might be realizing that they're not letting you down. Somebody's messing with them. There's like a third party, a little wild card going on here, setting things off. And I feel like that might make you feel better in the sense of, like, if you could talk to this person you think is letting you down, and they're letting you know about these things that they don't understand, why there's these hiccups, and there just seems to be these really odd problems that you're not understanding why they're having so many odd problems. I feel like once you realize, if you're seeing this reading at the right time again, that they're not doing anything wrong, they're not falling short, somebody else is causing problems, but it will correct. I feel like that makes a big difference here for you. And that might be hard for you to see, though, even though, I don't know, I feel like that's difficult. It might be more of a 2020, like after things have corrected, you might be able to look back and be like, yeah, the person I thought was letting me down, I don't think they really were. But, you know, Captain Shifty over there, they were probably doing something. And it's hard, though. It's still hard at that point because nobody's telling you. It's not coming forward that happened. Like, that's, whoever knows about it, they do not want it known. But this person is being released from the situation. When you see this person released, I feel like, especially if this reading is hitting with you, and you see somebody being released from the situation, or just kind of, like, electing to leave, or go a different direction, I feel like it might click in your brain like, I think you'll get it. I just feel like the point there is hopefully the person that you think let you down, you realize they didn't really let you down, that they were being manipulated from the outside and they didn't understand what was happening either. Alright, they're saying that you'll get out of it what you need out of it, so I'm just going to let it be there. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.